Hey everyone, good afternoon. Good afternoon. How is everyone? Jumping on a couple minutes late here. I was just trying to finalize everything. I'll wait a few minutes before everyone gets on. It is October 1st, 30 days till Halloween. I'm psyched about that. Who is psyched about Halloween? Let me just jump on with my phone so I can see you all. How is everyone? If you're jumping on for the first time, say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from. All right, I am live here. I look on my phone so I can see everyone and I can comment. I can see everyone's comments. So usually takes a couple of minutes for me. So let me know that you can hear me. Let me know where you're from. Say hi. Tell me why you're on the call tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about nailing your target market to stop cleaning toilets. Who wants to stop cleaning toilets? I don't clean toilets anymore. I mean, I clean my own toilet, but I don't clean my clients' toilets anymore. So let me know who wants to stop cleaning toilets. If you want to stop cleaning toilets and learn how to grow your company and just run your business, say stop cleaning toilets. Say it right in the chat. Stop cleaning toilets. I'm going to be looking for who wants to stop cleaning toilets. It just takes a couple minutes for this to register. So let me know. I see one comment here. Let's see. Hi Elizabeth, how are you? Got 5 people on here. If you don't say hi to me, I'm gonna be bummed out. Say hi to me, everyone. 5 people on here. We had a lot of people register. We had 18 people register for this. That's pretty good. Hi Tammy. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you guys all. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, good. Thank you, Tammy. I'm so glad you're here, Elizabeth. I'm so glad you're here, Tammy. I see 5 people on. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If this is your first time attending Live at 5 on Wednesday, welcome. This is Sisters Who Scale. I help cleaning business owners fix their cleaning businesses. I help them fix their cleaning businesses and stop cleaning toilets. And it's happening every day, all the time. So if you're reading, if you're here, not reading, if you're watching this, you own a cleaning company, right? Whether it be residential, whether it be commercial, Airbnbs, whether you do move-ins, move-outs. Hi, Marta. Hi, Cynthia. Marta's going to stop cleaning soon. Absolutely. So Cynthia, and she gets out of her own way. I love you, girl. Um, so if this sounds like you and you're tired of cleaning all of your clients' houses, raise your hand. Hi, Shauna. Here from Washington. Do not clean toilets anymore, but learning a ton each episode. Yep, Shauna's been in the business a while, so she knows, right? She's been there. Now we're working on building. She's a great Airbnb business out there in the state of Washington. And now we're working on building a new division, which is residential, which is completely different than Airbnb, right? Stop cleaning toilets. Elizabeth, you gotta stop cleaning toilets. Quick story, I don't know if she's on. Jessica Graham from Sarasota. She's in the Drop Them Up program. She's 4 months in. When we started, she had 2 staff with her. She now has 4, looking to hire a 5th one real soon. She's almost doubled her income and she's hardly cleaning. She's cleaning an hour here at like one small house and she stops in. So she's hardly cleaning. She was cleaning 5 days a week when we started. She had a little bit of a foundation first. She already had employees. Her husband has a little experience because he manages a landscaping business, so he has a little experience with employees. She had a tiny bit advantage, but however, she was still cleaning 5 days a week. She's now, as of today, pretty much 90% out after 4 months, 4.5 months. So, say congratulations to her. It happens all the time. When you do the work, right? When you show up to class, when you come on the lives, because there's a ton of value on these lives that I do, and when you start doing it, right? So I love this group. I love you guys, and I just want to do everything humanly possible to help you get your freedom, and that's why I started this group. But when you all first started your cleaning company, every customer felt like a gift from heaven. Someone that actually wanted to pay you to clean, you're like, hell yes, right? You said yes to everything. that walked through your door. That little old lady who needed her house deep cleaned after her cats destroyed it, absolutely. That construction company that needed a post-construction cleanup on a 20,000 square foot warehouse, why not? That person that needed their garage cleaned, why not? You took everything. I took everything, right? I took everything. I had a request come in when, as I say about the garage, I had a request come in yesterday and my own company. They were looking to get their garage cleaned. That is not in my wheelhouse. I said no. Okay? I said no because the chances are greater that my staff is going to go in and fuck it up. That's why I said no. That's why I said no, because my staff has a certain few, target market clients that they know how to clean. They know how to clean well. It's a well-oiled machine. It works. We're successful. They get tipped, and we leave it at that. We don't go and clean anything that they don't know how to do, right? So here's the brutal truth about building a high 6-figure or a 7-figure business. If you take everything that moves, this is why you're not going to make it, right? They never make it. They never even make it to 300,000, let alone 900,000, right? You have to stop being a jack of all trades. And that's what this is all about. Hi, Laurie. Laurie's amazing. So every single day, I work with a lot of owners. I work with owners, different levels, right? Different levels. And a lot of owners in the beginning fall into this trap. And it makes me sad because I see the passion drain from their eyes when they realize they're working 80 hours a week. They're barely breaking even because they don't know how to control their labor on jobs that they're not experts in, okay? And the quality sucks across the board. I've seen it. I've lived it. And I want to help you fix it. So let me just paint a picture of what doing everything looks like. Monday, you're at Mrs. Johnson's house. You're doing a regular residential clean. You have standard supplies, standard techniques. Takes about 2 hours. Totally cool. You know how to do that? That's successful. Tuesday, you're at a medical office doing a deep sanitization clean. You need completely different chemicals, completely different techniques, different certifications, different insurance, higher insurance when you do commercial. And one bad mistake could put someone's health at risk. Then let's move on to Wednesday. Wednesday, today, you're doing a post-construction cleanup at a job site. Now you need industrial equipment, dust masks, specialized tools, and knowledge of construction materials, which is what most people that are in residential don't understand, right? Because they haven't done it yet. And there's safety protocols. You have to use different chemicals, different equipment. They're expecting a pristine house. Everything has to be gone. You need to clean those showers with all the grout and the dust that floats around. You need to clean the showers like 3 and 4 times. You can't just do a quick wipe down and get it all. They're going to go, they're going to feel it, they're going to see it. There's all kinds of things, right? Now we're on to Thursday. Now you're doing an Airbnb turnover. Okay, you got your 4th different type of cleaning. Different standards, different timeline, right? Shauna knows about timelines with Airbnbs. Different supplies, right? Now you have to stage it. Now there's a completely different customer expectation. Now you got to open all the drawers. You got to check to make sure there's no crumbs. You got to make sure that the toaster oven is emptied. The refrigerator is emptied. All the beds are made. The pillows are fluffed. Everything looks perfect. Totally different. Okay? Totally different. And then Friday, you got to move out clean for a rental property. Property management, right? Landlords that have specific requirements. Usually those apartment turnovers suck ass to clean. They're dirty. The tenant's dirty. They expect that you're going to fumigate the place, clean the walls, clean the ceilings, right? Completely different customer expectations. And you're dealing with damages and deep stains. And the next thing you know, what they're asking you, can you clean the carpet? And then you're like so excited. You're like, sure, I'm going to go to Home Depot and I'm going to rent a carpet cleaner. No, you're not. You're not going to do that unless you have experience in that. What if it doesn't come out? What if you use the wrong chemical? So now you've, in that 1 week, you've got 5 different types of cleanings. I guarantee you, one of them is going to be, you're going to take a bath on labor. The customer isn't going to be happy. If you don't have experience in all those 5 things, you're screwed, right? Are you starting to see what I'm saying. You're not running a cleaning business. Now you're running a circus and you're the only performer trying to juggle everything up in the air, because no one's going to care more than you do, right? Is this making sense? Hi, Daniela. Daniela is new. I've done all those. That's what she means. Sam! So back to Daniela, I can resonate. No, totally. I've done all of them too. In the beginning, I'm like, I love it. I can do this. I can do that. I can do it all. Sam up in Vermont does a lot of Airbnbs. They're the worst. She hates them, but she's in the Airbnb capital of America until she moves back to become a mass girl like me, right? Even though you'd be 2 hours across the state, we'd be closer than Vermont. Tammy says I would call this Hell Week. Yeah, I would call that Hell Week too. Yeah, 100%, because you're like going in like 90 different directions, right? So each cleaning type is its own beast. So let's kind of break it down. Your residential cleaning, it's standard household chemicals equipment. For most of us, easy peasy, no problem. Focus on living spaces, kitchens, bathrooms, easy. Floors, bi-weekly, reoccurring revenue model. Client relationships builds over time. That's wonderful. We love that. And for the most part, flexible scheduling around your family life, right? Average ticket 140 to 300, depending on what it is, the size, where you're located, and all those things. Shauna says, haha, they've done that. I'll include renting carpet cleaners too. I know, we have too. We have too. Daniela specializes in luxury market. Tracy just got asked to clean rugs. Seriously, I know. Daniela, that's great. Daniela, where are you located? All right, commercial cleaning, different. Maybe you need industrial grade equipment and supplies, depending on what you're cleaning. If you're cleaning the back end, the back, like the back of the house in a restaurant, you're gonna need different equipment, different chemicals. I highly advise against that. That's a ton of work. Okay, your hours are going to be different. It may need to be cleaned early morning, it may need to be cleaned late at night, it may need to be cleaned after 10. We had a golf simulator place that wanted us to come in after 10 p.m. We turned it down because I have all women working in my commercial, and I didn't want to put my women out in commercial past 10 p.m. for safety reasons, right? It's more important to me that my staff is safe than making a few bucks. So you have monthly or annual contract negotiations. You're going to have to put them in a contract, have them sign it, have a buyout clause, all kinds of stuff like that. Average ticket is 200 to 800 per visit. Then you have your Airbnbs, your short-term rentals, STRs, both are the same thing. They expect them to be done within a certain time frame, between 2 and 4 hours. You got hospitality level standards and great attention to detail. You are not going to put a commercial cleaner in an Airbnb. They don't know how to do it. It's totally different. You're going to get quality complaints. You have to stock the supplies. You have to do inventory management. You have to do laundry service, right? Emergency scheduling, same day scheduling, photography ready results every single time. Average ticket in between 150 to 400. Maybe more if it's a 20 sleeps 25, one of a couple of those big ones. Then the post-construction cleanup. Different equipment, possibly protective gear, okay? Knowledge of construction materials, grout, paint dust, drywall dust, all that stuff, right? Techniques on how to remove that stuff. Stickers on windows that are a pain in the balls, for lack of a better word, to clean, right? Pain. You got to use Goo Gone, stuff like that. You have to write not knives. You have to have razors and stuff like that. Those are time consuming. If you try and clean that with Windex, it's going to take forever. It's going to eat up your labor and cost you. You're basically going to put less profit in your pocket if you get stuck on something like that. Average ticket, $700 to $2,000, maybe $3,000. Great money, but you got to know what you're doing. Medical facility cleaning. These are biohazard stuff. You need to have certifications, proper disposal, OSHA compliant, all kinds of stuff with that, right? You're going to get paid a lot of money, $1,000, $800, but you need to specialize in it. You see where I'm kind of going like that? So every type of cleaning, and there's so many different, each requires something different: skills, equipment, timing, expertise. And trying to master all of them is like trying to be a brain surgeon or a race car driver, right? And a chef all at the same time, right? So they all require skill and precision. But would you want your brain surgeon also to be fixing your car? No. You want someone that specializes in residential, specializes in Airbnbs, because it's going to be a turnkey operation, right? Turnkey operation. So the real cost, let's talk about the real cost of we do everything. It sounds like a good idea in the beginning. Daniela, I trained teams to do both luxury homes and construction, and I scaled. Good for you. Arizona, snowbirds. Yep. I was just talking with someone today who's expecting all her snowboards the end of October. Yep. But that's awesome. Good for you, Daniela. So let's break down the real cost of this approach. Okay? Because it's not about making less money. It's if you don't do it correctly, it could destroy your business from the inside out. The first thing is going to suffer is quality issues everywhere. So when you're trying to be good at everything, you end up being great at nothing. And this will cause you quality complaints. And owners hate quality complaints, right? We hate getting complaints, right? Nothing tanks your reputation faster than consistently mediocre work across multiple niches, right? So when you don't know the specific techniques and products and expectations for each type of cleaning, you could mess up. Your staff could mess up, right? Because they're not trained right. So those refunds, those negative reviews, they're not just costing you money today, they're destroying your future for earning potential. And that's what we don't think about. Next is you could suffer from operational chaos, right? You're constantly buying new equipment for different jobs. That gets expensive. We all know that. If you're going out and renting a carpet cleaner for $300, Home Depot or whatever, you got to put that money up front, right? You're constantly buying stuff. So your schedule can kind of be a nightmare because you need different amounts of time for different amounts of work, right? Makes sense? So your pricing is all over the place because you don't truly understand the cost involved in each niche, okay? Employee turnover, they're getting frustrated, right? Your staff's confused, they're undertrained, and they're constantly thrown into situations that they're not prepared for, and they don't have the confidence to feel that they can nail it out of the park, right? They're getting yelled at by clients because they're missing stuff. They're not prepared. They're stressed out about not knowing what to do. And they're watching you scramble to fix problems that they didn't even know they were creating. And that undermines their confidence, right? Undermines their confidence. And then you start over again. And then you lose money on the job, right? That sucks. That's the worst thing in the world when you look at your profit and you see a 20% profit margin and you paid out 80% labor. You cannot run a business like that, right? Is this making sense, everyone? Let me know if it's making sense. Let me know if it's making sense. Yep. All right. Let's see. Don't want to be a jack of all trades. No. Nope. Totally not at all. So that's one way to do it, Daniela. That's one way to sub stuff out if they want to. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So let's talk about what every $1 million cleaning business company doesn't want you to know, right? Or every high six-figure doesn't want you to know. So the riches are in the niches, right? And the power is in actually saying no. So while you're running around and trying to clean everything for everyone, they picked up 2 or 3 niches. They became absolute masters at them, and now they're charging premium prices because they know that they're the experts in the field. Someone that is looking for cleaning services would much rather go with someone that has an expertise in a certain thing because they're going to feel confident that you're going to deliver a good product at the end, right? That's what we're talking about. So think about it. Who makes more money, a general practitioner doctor or a heart surgeon? Heart surgeon. Heart surgeon, right? Totally, because they've specialized. They went to school and then they went further, right? They did more residency and stuff like that, right? So What about the restaurant that serves American, Italian, Chinese, and Mexican food, right? Jack of all trades. I have a little bit of everything. Or the steakhouse that's known for having the best steaks in town. If you want a steak, where are you gonna go to, right? You're not gonna go to Applebee's, right? You're gonna go to Fleming's. You're gonna go in Abe and Louie's if you guys are in the. I think that might just be a Boston thing, but Abe and Louie's has been a steakhouse for like over 100 years here in Boston. You're gonna go there if you want a good steak, right? The Specialist every single time, right? The Specialist every single time. So the most successful companies in the world didn't get there by accident. They made a conscious decision to become absolutely incredible at serving a specific type of client. And then they dominated the market, right? So your homework is stop trying to be everything to everyone. Who specializes in residential here only? Show of hands. Who specializes in residential only, right? Pick a couple of niches. My company does residential very well. We do commercial very well. Certain types of commercial, not all, not industries, not industrial, not restaurants. We used to do a restaurant. I wouldn't advise it. We do certain types, right? We specialize in small businesses, residential. We do a few Airbnbs, and we also have a power washing division that my husband runs. That's a different story. If any of you have husbands that are looking for a lucrative diversion, come talk to me, because power washing is lucrative. Okay. So here's the thing that nobody talks about. $1 million cleaning business isn't built by doing everything just okay. It's built by doing a few things exceptionally well, right? Shauna says, I hate subbing out work. Yeah, you have to be ready for it, right? You have to be skilled for that, right? You totally have to be skilled for that. The window cleaning, and you can sub it out, or if you get educated about, there's some great power washing window cleaning equipment that we use that if you keep it in house you make a fortune, so it doesn't make sense to sub out the window cleaning, right? It all kind of depends what your margins are, where your equipment is. We have some amazing equipment that when we do windows it's streak free and we don't have to sub it out. We keep 80% of the profit. So it all kind of depends what you really want to do. There's two sides to kind of look at that. So here's the thing. The question isn't whether you can afford to niche down. The question is can you afford not to, right? Can you afford not to, right? I'm getting, there's so many questions. Well, not on purpose. I want more commercial. Tammy, I'm a big commercial fan. I like commercial a lot. Special cuisine restaurant. I'm just reading these. Who here is doing residential? Yeah, we make more money doing it ourselves, Daniela, honestly. We do. We have the right equipment. So we don't really sub it out, but I mean, to each his own, right? If someone doesn't have that and want to sub it out, by all means, but it's not a fit for everyone, every business, right? It totally kind of depends. So can you afford not to? For me, Daniela, where are you? Oh, you said you're from Arizona, right? Daniela, you're new. I haven't seen you in here before. So, is this all making sense, everyone? I love residential too. Residential is the easiest. I love residential too. Hi, Courtney. Courtney, I tried to send you a message earlier, but it wouldn't let me. I think you have your DM off. I don't know if you could send me a message first over Facebook, and then I can contact you. Me. Yep. I started with residential and then expanded to commercial, and then expanded to the power washing and the window washing. So 78 residential accounts. That's so, how is that going, Shauna? Shauna just had a baby. She's like a rock star. She has 2 different cleaning companies and just had a baby, right? She's amazing, right? Yes. Hi. So I want you all, for homework, I don't usually give homework on the lives, but for homework I want you to nail down 2 or 3. Hi, Jace. Jace is my husband, everyone. He's the power washing master. Thank you, Courtney. You're welcome. Say hi, Jace. And Jace also taught Rise Retreat with me, and a bunch of you got to meet him and spend 4 days with him as me as well. And I'm gonna have actually, you know what? Maybe I'll talk about it now. Maybe I'll talk about it now. The surprise. So I have two groups. I have an drop them up and scale 6 month program. After that, the graduates go on a Sisters Elite, which is a more advanced mastermind. And this past couple years, I've been running the Sisters Elite myself. But now, the master of finances, my husband, is going to be joining me. And he's going to start training in Sisters Elite only. That was the announcement that I said yesterday in the group. That is what I said yesterday. I said I have a huge announcement coming. So if you're watching this on replay, if you're watching this for the first time, that is the news. He is going to be training on CRM training, financials, advanced financials, right? A little bit about what we talked about at Rise Retreat a few weeks back. So, yay! I'm excited. I'm excited because he brings a different dimension to what I teach. He can teach different things. He can also teach you how to start a power washing company too. That's a whole different animal, right? For a whole different day. It's still cleaning, it's exterior cleaning, and why it's so great to add that to your residential business, right? Power ish wash guy. Oh, he power washes too. So anyways, that's the news. That is the news. Speaking of drop them up registration is ongoing right now. It's running I do open registration 4 times a year. It is currently open right now. There are 4 days left, and then I close the doors, and I will not open registration until January 2026. Why do I do that? Because I like to keep the classes small. There's only about maybe 8 or 9 people in the class at a time. There's quite a few owners that have gone through the program, done extremely well. They've grown their clientele. They've learned how to raise prices without losing clients. They've learned how to sell. They've learned how to nail the niche, what we're talking about tonight, and train new staff and getting out of the field. So if any of this resonated with you tonight and you want to grow your cleaning business, we should have a chat. What's the process? Book a Zoom with me. I ask you a bunch of questions about your business. See where you're struggling. See if the program is a fit for you. I don't work with everyone. I have a different type of approach. Hi, Janet. I have a different type of approach. I have a very loving, but a no BS approach. If I think you're whining, I'm going to tell you. Why do I do that? Because I want to get you back out of the pity party and get you back to moving forward, right? That's why I do that. I do it in a very loving way. But some people, aren't ready for that. But what I can tell you is this: if you do the work, if you show up for yourself, you will get results. The dedicated ones get out of the field, they grow their revenue. The non-dedicated ones don't. They make excuses about why they can't show up for class, and they eventually phase out and they eventually close their business. The results depend on you. That's it. I'm the guide. I'm the person that lights the way. I'm the person that holds up the light and shows you the path. But the results depend on you. And it's worked for hundreds of owners. It can work for you if you do the work. So if you'd like to learn more about how to transform your cleaning business with me, drop them up. I will reach out. Jessica Graham, like from Sarasota, I was telling you, she's like 4.5 months in of the 6 month drop them up program. She is 99.9% out of the field, about to hire her next employee next year. She's bringing her husband on. She's going to retire her husband from managing a landscaping business and bring him into her cleaning business. She has a big cleaning business in Sarasota, Florida. I'm hoping I get to meet her soon because we vacation down there. So that's happening today. Gloria Paul from North Carolina, she just hit almost 400,000. Her next goal is 500,000. We're going to be working privately. She came to Rise Retreat. She's been with me. I can guarantee you this: if you stay with me and stay the course, because I am the most consistent person in the world, I will teach you how to be consistent and I will teach you to do it. But you have to show up for yourself. right? You have to show up for yourself. You have to trust the process. I'm going to have you do things that you may not understand, or you may say, oh, I don't need to do that. Oh, I know that already, right? So I tell everyone this: you can't build a house without the frame, right? You can't build a house without the foundation. You can't build a house without the frame, okay? Eventually, if you build without the frame, that house is going to crumble. Trust me. Why? Because I experienced it myself. So I know. I know from experience. I still run my own business with my husband, and we're still very active. I still go to my office every morning, Monday through Friday. I spend my afternoons and my evenings helping all of you. So if you're interested in learning more, get in touch with me. I'm very friendly. I hope this helped. Shauna, Jobber was a game changer. Yay. Amen on that. Pretty sure that tip alone is value to the group. Yeah, totally. Yep, totally. Hi, Tracy. I'm saying hi to everyone. Oh, Tammy. Been talking to my husband about power washing. Oh my God. We could help you. It's a perfect addition. Janet, I know. I'm excited, right? I'm excited. Jay said yes to my request of coming and helping in Sisters League. He was so incredibly helpful at the retreat, and the feedback was phenomenal, so he agreed it. Shauna says, I'm loving the relationships with actual people in residential. Yeah, it's nice to talk to people. It's nice to hear that they appreciate you, right? Totally, totally nice to hear that you appreciate you. And then we said, Danielle is brand new. Welcome. I go live every Wednesday, 5 p.m. on a different topic in the cleaning industry. So please welcome. You're welcome anytime. You can always watch extras on replay. I do have a YouTube page that I posted where you can binge watch too. There's all kinds of trainings, past trainings, shorts, things like that. Cross-selling. Right. So Jay just said it's a great, power washing is a great add-on and cross-sell 100%. So when I walk into do a cleaning estimate, because I still do all of my estimates because I like to, Shauna, I like to build relationships with the clients. We have a rack card. On one side is the cleaning, and I flip it over, and the other side is the power washing. So I'm cross-selling in that appointment. That's one of the great things about it. Hi, April. I had a nice call with April yesterday. April's amazing. She's in Dallas, and she's building her business, and she's busy as hell. So she's working really hard. So, all right, everyone. I hope this was helpful. Again, you can watch anything on replay that you need. So have an amazing evening. I will see everyone and drop them up. I'll see you tomorrow. We have a call, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Massachusetts over there. So April, I was watching your ZenMaid training. That was a cool one. I love ZenMaid too. ZenMaid and Jobber are the two that I recommend. All right, everyone. Have an amazing Wednesday. And if you're in Drop Them Up, I will see you tomorrow evening. And please feel free to make comments on this. I go back later and I read and I check everything and I answer you. I'm a very interactive coach. That's what I can say. And anyone that's ever worked with me will tell you the same thing. So, all right. Have an amazing evening. See you all soon.